The Final Fantasy VII remake got another trailer.
Yes.
And by that I mean more CGI where we didn't see any gameplay.
I thought there was. I thought there was a little bit. But the battle sequences?
Yeah, minimal.
Yeah.
Enough that I still don't really know what the fuck is going on in this game. What I do know is that the voice acting was mediocre as fuck. Cloud sounds like a fucking vagina with a vocal cords. And it looks like every other Square Enix game in the last fucking 10 years.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have the opposite take here.
You liked how it looked?
I enjoyed it.
I mean, it looked good.
I actually thought, all right, this is what it did for me. I didn't give a fuck because all the problems that they had.
Yes.
It's been, there's going to be an episode. It's going to be episodic, yada, yada, yada. My interest was gone. In fact, if they came out and said it got canceled, I wouldn't lose any sleep. Give a fuck.
Yeah.
Wouldn't care. Be like,
No.
I don't.
Probably good.
Yeah, good thing. And then I saw this, and I wasn't mad because I want it to look like what we're getting in 2018, 2019. Except I wanted it to be Final Fantasy VII. I didn't hate my Barrett. I didn't hate the battle
Did Barrett
sequences.
need to be that fucking urban?
He was very urban.
They turned the dial up on that a little bit.
They Michael Bay'd that.
And, the only reason that really bothered me even a little bit, other than the fact that I think it's a little played out, that Japanese games can't have a fucking black guy that doesn't sound like that, is that if you listen to the Japanese voiceover, that's not even their original vision of Barrett.
But I think that's part of the culture
it's
as well.
like for North America, they want to hear an urban black guy.
Well,
He's
yeah,
going to sound like Mr. T.
But I think that's what they think we want. Right?
Well, yes, that's what I mean.
Because
but that's
I don't think they're doing it maliciously or like, oh, ha, ha.
No, obviously
I
not.
I just think that's what they
I'm just getting tired of it. Because I'd given that excuse 20 years ago.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. Yes and no. Yes, if the game was coming out today and they had a black character and they did that shit, the closest that they did was Final Fantasy XIII with Afro dude.
Yes.
Right, but he was not
Saz.
Saz.
Saz was not as urban.
Was not as urban. So I'm okay with that. He was urban enough that we knew he was black.
Yes.
Or was urban.
Yes.
Because black people can sound like me. I'm not like
Keith
Urban. I'm like Keith Urban. But the reason why it's okay here is because the original Barrett was like that. And if they had changed it into a Sass, I'd go, what the actual living fuck did you do to my black Barrett? Because he doesn't seem as black anymore. He's a big black dude with a fucking gun as an arm.
Yes.
I want to hear some motherfucking urban. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to hear a motherfucker that looks like he's going to stab you, take your wallet, fuck your white bitch, and call it a day.
So I guess for me, there's different types of urban, right?
Okay, Adam, let me know your tip.
Different types of urban.
Okay.
As a white guy, there's different types of urban, right?
Okay.
There's your, I'll categorize this for you. So there is your Mr. T urban, your
which is pretty much what Barrett is.
Your Samuel L. Jackson urban. And then there's like your but then there's like there's urban that you can still use like the same language.
Yeah.
But the delivery isn't so fucking urban.
Yeah.
Right? And so like in the original Final Fantasy VII, there wasn't really much voice acting for Barrett, right? Or anything. But the way it read, it was urban.
He was urban.
But I always, in my head, when I played the games when I was a kid, I didn't have Mr. T in my head. I had like he's still cursing and swearing and whatever the fuck else, and he's being but I always thought because I always felt more intelligent than that because he was really the head of that group. He had the head on his shoulders, a little hot-headed, but he was really and so I had him more of like a little calm, cool, and collected badass than a Mr. T, Samuel L. Jackson, I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes and this motherfucking plane urban. I don't really care so much that it's going to ruin my experience to play this game.
Yeah.
I haven't even decided if I'm going to buy this thing, because if they're going to have like 7 fucking episodes of this.
I think it's going to be 4. That'd be my guess. I know. At $60 a pop, probably.
And then the gameplay that they show. So the CGI always looks good. Square Enix has done good CGI since the beginning of time. That's not surprising me. It's not changing my life. It's not making me want the game anymore or any less. The voice acting, I've seen some people like Cloud. I didn't like it all that much.
I didn't mind it.
But
when I heard him, I wasn't cringing.
It is. It is what it is. It's whatever. I'm not even about the voice acting. I'm about the fucking gameplay. I'm about the game. I think I'm already ruined for it, because I have already decided that I'm not going to like the combat in this game, because I've played Final Fantasy 15. I know where Square Enix wants to take their combat system.
Yeah.
And I know that while they have an idea in their head, they just can't seem to fucking get the rest of the way there.
Is it weird that I didn't hate Final Fantasy XIII battle system?
I like 13 more than 15. 13 had just enough linearity in it.
Yeah.
In the combat section that 15 lacked, that helped it, because when they did 15, they opened it up so much that it poked holes in that style of combat that they didn't have they couldn't fill them. So the combat kind of broke itself a bit in 15. Whereas in 13, as you know, fucking whatever as the combat was, it bridged the gap for them, where they obviously want a cinematic battle.
Yes.
That's what they're going for,
yes.
Right? And they want to be able to have it as fluid as possible, so it feels like you're still involved, but still allowing for, set camera angles to make it look epic and all this other shit. And then in 15, when they kind of released the constraints a bit there, it fucking fell apart. Where all you did was like charge attacks over and over again to win the battle and get the fuck out. Beat the last boss doing nothing but charge attacks. Because if you could try and get good at the combat to then experience the epicness of like switching your weapons constantly and fucking using all this shit.
Charge.
No, what do players do? They go for efficiency. They find something that works as best as possible and they fucking go through. And in 13, that was whatever, because the system worked in that linear environment better. So if it was closer to 13, I'd be more comfortable than if it was closer to 15. But we'll never be able to tell until we see a lot more specific gameplay. But obviously, we're not worried about how it's going to look visually. It's going to look fucking good.
Yeah.
It's going to sound good. The soundtrack's going to be dope, because Nobuo Uematsu is a fucking goddamn legend. Shit's fire. Voice acting, some people will like it, some people won't. It'll be all over the place. I'm probably not all that concerned about it personally. I'm concerned about the gameplay. I'm concerned about how many fucking episodes we're going to get and how much money they're going to want.
That's my biggest
for
concern,
this fucking
honestly.
game.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Oh, and my last concern is how much they're going to fuck with the story and shit.
They're going to change things.
The director's cut, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're going to lose things like the cross-dressing segment that Cloud has, when you're dressing up as the girl and everything and stuff like.
Yeah. They're not going to want to ruffle feathers. Yeah.
In the West.
Yeah.
And this is the company that will still, or the country that still puts out like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, where you just basically take snapshots of fucking Japanese vagina for fun. And oh, by the way, there's a pretty dope volleyball game attached to it.
Yeah.
Where over here it's like, can't get it because the West just can't handle the titties. Just can't.
It is what it is. Listen, I didn't hate it. I actually didn't dislike it. It got me. It did what a trailer is supposed to do. It got me excited. Or more excited than what I was. I'm not still like, oh my God, I can't fucking wait, man. I wish this came out tomorrow. But it got me wanting to buy the game, and I'm intrigued to see what it has. Now, listen, I'm a Final Fantasy VII fanboy.
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
I mean, I love me some Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I'm a Final Fantasy.
I also love my money, and $240 for a fucking video game.
That's a lot.
It's steep.
That's a lot. And you know what? Honestly, if the video game is incredible, if they give me what it was, but in a 2019 or 2020 version, I'm willing to pay the $240. But the thing is it better be fucking. It better be pretty damn close to perfect. And another thing is, I better be able to fucking buy every episode the same fucking day, because if these motherfuckers
like
expect me to fucking play 20 hours of a game and then wait another 6 months to a year before I can continue, and then this is gonna be like fucking Game of Thrones, where I'm gonna watch a season and I'm going to be invested, and now you're going to make me wait to continue the story. It's actually worse than that. That's not even a good analogy. It's like going to the movie theater, paying $40 to get in the movie theater for you and your girlfriend, and then you're watching The Avengers, and then just before the battle sequence, they cut it off and say, we'll see you in 6 months or a year where you can finish it. Oh, by the way, it's going to cost you another ticket. That's literally what this is. And that pisses me off, right?
Where are the breaking points of Final Fantasy VII to turn it into episodes? If there's 4,
the discs.
Where do you even make...
It's the discs.
The discs?
So think about it in the disc.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Because there are big moments that happen in the game, and then it piles down. Sometimes there's a big climax, and then the disc kind of ends. Insert disc 2, insert disc 3. I think that's what we're going to get. I think it's going to go by literally the discs. And it's going to be a minimum of 3 parts, could be 4. My guess it will be 3 at $60 a pop. That's my guess. If it's 4, I'll lose my goddamn mind, because if they come out with it once a year, that's a 4-year commitment to play one game. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I can't get invested. I can't stay invested and get excited about something if I'm in the middle of playing it and I'm enjoying it and I have a fucking... Imagine if the game's really good and I'm having a good time, I'm having a blast, I paid $60 and I play it for 20 hours and I'm fucking just enjoying the story. I finished a big segment and then it's like, to be continued.
You know what kind of makes it worse is that you already know what the next part is.
And you already know what the next part is, unless they're fucking with the story immensely.
Yeah.
And the only way that works is if the new story is good and it's like, I want more. But the odds... Dude, the odds of the game...
I want you to try and remember the story rating that we've got in Final Fantasy for a while now.
No, it's not. If they fuck with the story, they're going to fuck with the game.
Don't do it.
And that's the show.
Fuck it.
Maybe throwing in a new character here and there to spice things up, or changing some of the interactions in the town, having some side quests that they could add to the story, but leave the main story right where it needs to be and just maybe add some side things, I'm totally fine with. But I cannot Final Fantasy VII is 3 discs. I cannot. I think I have Final Fantasy VII right down there. I think it's 3 discs, right? 3 discs for Final Fantasy VII. I'm almost certain. I'm almost positive it's 3 discs. I think I have a black label down there somewhere. I think I actually have the greatest hits and the black. It might be on the very bottom. It's where a lot of my JRPGs are. I'm almost certain it's just 3 discs for that one.
I'm not even seeing it, bro.
It's there somewhere. But anyway, don't worry about it.
Either way, it's going to be expensive. I can tell you right now, you're not paying $59.99 for it.
Oh, no. No, not for the whole game.
No.
No. It's going to be expensive.
Yeah, it's going to fuck you up.
You know what? Hey, if they come up with the game and they have all 3 parts ready to go... that's right, 3. Final Fantasy VIII is 4. Correct. There you go. Thank you. Then I'm down. You want to make it $60. If they have a thing where it's like, hey, you're looking at anywhere's up to 40, 50 hours per disc or per download, and it's $60. I'm okay with it. If they're giving me all 3, I will drop the $180. Because they need to do this, because if they don't, listen to this, they're gonna fuck themselves. Not only are people gonna get angry and not buy the shit,
okay,
but if the game sucks or there's shit that's fucked up with it, they're gonna buy the first disc, but they ain't gonna buy disc number 2 or number 3. So if they need to do this, they need to come out with all 3 downloads day 1 so that I can buy it as a bundle day 1. Make it happen. I'll spend the $180 and I'll hate myself for it.
But here's the thing: if they release it all on day 1, you can't release 3 parts for $60 a pop in one day, because nobody's going to buy it. You have to spread that shit out. You have to. You have no choice.
Every 3 months?
I think it's once a year.
No, I'm out. I'm not doing it.
I'll
play it after fucking 3 years.
You're lucky if it's every 6 months.
There's no way. You can't release once a year. You can't do it.
Well, look. My biggest thing is about this has always been the case is that for years people asked for it, and all people wanted was updated graphics and remaster the soundtrack.
They also want to play it.
That's it. Well, yeah,
and when they want to play it,
but that's it. They didn't want you to come in And they always, and Square Enix always said, look, it's too expensive, take too much time. You know what we always say, it's a risk, et cetera, et cetera.
It's not a risk if they do it right.
And then they finally decide to do it. And what do? They take a project that was already going to be, they already said was going to be complicated, and made it 58,000 times more complicated.
Yeah.
Because just give me the graphics we just saw in that trailer.
And give me Final Fantasy VII.
And give me Final Fantasy VII. Done. ATB system. I don't need free roaming goddamn combat.
No.
So that your level editors and your programmers now have to do all of the areas of the game that used to just be 2D.
Yeah.
In a 3-dimensional fucking space, so you literally have to recreate everything and then some that didn't exist before.
Dude.
And then you're going to tell me that this is a director's cut where we're going to fuck with everything in the game to like change it up. All you're doing is adding to, and then you're going to put it in multiple parts. You're literally adding.
They're
going
to fuck the game.
They're
going to fuck the game, Adam.
To where people are going to go.
You're going to make me hate it again. I got excited about the
because it's shit.
Fuck.
It's Square Enix.
Fuck, Adam. I got excited from the damn trailer. You're ruining it for me. I'm starting to hate it again.
I'm sorry. I have to have somebody hate it with me.
Fuck.
People are getting excited because of this trailer and they're going to get fucking flu-seed.
Fuck.
Swoondled.
Fuck.
Baiting goddamn Switch.
You're starting to make me hate it again, Adam. I was enjoying it. I watched it 10 times.
They're taking everything that they said was already going to be difficult and expensive and a fucking risk, and they multiply it tenfold, and then they're doing things with the game that are going to make an increased chance that people are going to hate it.
I know, Adam.
And then they're going to say, see, we told you we shouldn't have remade Final Fantasy VII, and I'm going to say, fuck you. Because all you had to do was do the graphics and the fucking dope soundtrack and re-orchestral shit that Nobuo Uematsu's already done, and give me ATB. You don't need to just redo it in 2D. In today, HD. Done.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do.
Yeah.
Sell it in one disc so that it isn't so much work that you have to pay fucking $9,000 to recoup the costs, because you also didn't want to do it yourself. So you outsourced it, and then 2 years deep, you have to erase all of their shit because it sucked dick.
Fuck,
and start all over again.
You just ruined it for me, Adam. Thank you.
It's fucked.
It is.
Because Square Enix is fucking stupid.
Fuck.
And they have been for a decade.
Fuck.
This is the company that went all in on a fucking game director who had a hard-on for his own character to the point that by the third game, you were playing Waifu Dress Simulator, and it sold progressively less copies until 13.3 barely cracked 1 million. Final Fantasy sold almost less than 1 million copies globally. And it was on every console. They're shit.
That Final Fantasy 15 sold pretty well, though. I'm with you, man. Now I hate it again, dude. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I hate it again.
I need somebody else to suffer with me.
Fucking hell. Once a year is not going to work. It needs to be bare minimum, at most, once a quarter. Because if it's not, I can't buy it. I have to at least wait.
You know what? If somebody called this out, and you're not wrong, Jonathan. I have said that exact dialogue about this remake 15 times, and I'm going to keep saying it because it's going to fucking come into reality. This is Square Enix setting themselves up for failure.
Yeah. It's
the company that forever keeps saying we don't know what the West wants, and everyone tells them what they want, and then they go, "Huh? What? I can't. I'm hard of. Here's Final Fantasy 13 2. It's Pokemon." And it sells like no fucking copies. They go, well, shit. Maybe they wanted to dress up Lightning in like 78 costumes. Actually, no, that was just the director wanting to jerk off at night to Lightning. Let's put her on the runway in Japan, haute couture fashion with Lightning.
All right. Well.
Hey, Jeff, you want the Backstreet Boys in Final Fantasy form?
No.
I got that for you.
I actually don't.
Would you like me to try to sell you Coleman camping gear and American Express credit cards? Cup Noodle, by the way. An entire fucking side quest specific to a brand in Final Fantasy. Oh, we're going to also partner with Audi to create a vehicle because fuck it. Well, who cares about money? And then we're going to spend a whole bunch of money on an anime and a movie that are two things that were kind of integral because when we came up with the game, we didn't put any of the story in it. Oops. And then we almost bankrupt the company to the point where we had to fold it and start something else up because it spent too much money on Final Fantasy 15, which, just in case you forgot, was actually originally another Final Fantasy 13 game. So if you had any hopes for Final Fantasy 7 Remake, I'm sorry to shatter your dreams.
They're dead.
The odds?
They're dead.
Are very fucking slim.
Yeah, they're dead.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm fucking the most wrong
you're not
imaginably.
Wrong. You're not wrong this time, Adam.
I hope I'm super wrong.
You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong, bro. It's gonna fail even just because of the episodes. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be really bad.